I'm gonna go ahead and start here. I'll show you guys the decks one at a time. I'll show you guys the one we queue into first as soon as we queue into it. However, I'm gonna do a couple push-ups before we get started. Spooky Karma with Lee Sin. So I did not prepare for this matchup at all. And this is the Lee Sin version. This is a very, very specific deck. I might... The fact that I'm not really sure exactly the best ways to play around it all might end up costing me here. He's running the 2 Lee Sin version. This is Gigas' version of the deck. Or a Gigas. I don't know how you pronounce that. 2 Ruination, 2 Go Get It, 1 Passage Unearned, 2 Steel Tempest. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to be having this up on the side as I play. The mulligan matters a lot here. Ash will matter a lot, and his deck actually doesn't have big ways of being able to kill it. I think I actually do need to try to outgrind him in value. I might actually keep 1 Assessor, just because a lot of the hits for this deck are non-hits right now. I don't know, Assessor's a little hard to keep in the opening hands. But against this deck, we actually don't really have the ability to try to power down early with anything. And most of our hand is going to be tricks anyway. We drew 4 tricks, that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, keeping Assessor might have definitely been a donkey move. This hand state certainly punishes it. At the end of the day, this deck is extremely dependent on this card, Avaroz and Trapper. In hand states where we don't draw Avaroz and Trapper, this deck is going to feel pretty bad. So on 4, there's not too much that's really going to be scaring me here. Kind of need to get the Trapper on the board earlier. So he's not running any Grasps or anything, which means he doesn't necessarily have a great answer to Ash, which is very, very important. He's running 2 Ruinations. Vengeance, Tempest, Palm. Palm could be a little scary here. And this is why we kept Assessor in the opening hand. It's a card that's good in this matchup, and we don't need much. Like, the thing is, Ash is good to keep in the opening hand because he's not running a version with, like, Grasp or something that can really punish her very easily. You could Palm her now. Or, you know, it's not like she's unkillable, but she's harder to punish here, right? And this is a slow matchup where I do need some ability to outgrind, and most of the things I could be finding for my deck are going to be useless in this matchup, and that's why I kept Assessor. And I know it looked wrong. I can guarantee you a lot of you guys are like, what? That's a misplay. It might have been. I mean, it felt bad not having a Trapper on 3, but it's feeling good in this kind of hands. Not sure what we do with these Ashes. I mean, I guess I just full attack. I don't know. I might just troll chant the Ash or something. I do need to start getting these freezes out. Like, it is kind of important triggering Ash's level up. I mean, he'll probably try to go hard the Ash, and I'll probably just troll chant it. I could have pre-committed the troll chant. This would have saved Ash 1 more HP overall, which is kind of adorable, you know, because I would have used it on the spider blocking her. That could have been possibly a little bit better. The only downside is, you know, I mean, he is able to make a slightly more efficient play than go harding this. I think Ash's HP is kind of always going to matter, though. I think I was supposed to commit the troll chance a little bit earlier. That was probably a bit of a misplay. Okay. So he's got Ruination mana, takes an open pass, and we're pretty scared for Ruination. We don't really have, like, great redevelopments here into it. Like, Ruination really stops a lot of our aggression. I think I might have to Bjerg anyway. I mean, I can't really pass here. We don't have enough aggression to pass here. Bjerg is a fairly non-committal play. Like, he gets the Ruinate, but I do have a hand that he has to be scared of. Like, it's not the best Ruination ever, and it does mean we can spend the rest of the game not playing around Ruination, which is nice. That is important. So he's probably thinking about this Ruination, and it's a hard one. It's like, I've got a 6-card hand. Whew. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Takes a pass. That's an interesting one. Wow, a pass. You would think, like, if he's not going to ruin it, he would play something else. I have to imagine his pass here is really great for me. So this is the easiest full open attack of my entire career. Really, truly no other play than full open attack here. We want to play Assessor before he ruinates, but after we attack, basically. And the thing is, after we attack, he doesn't really have a good ruination anyway. Tapped under ruination, which is kind of cute. I could troll chant the Ash here. My Ash is actually important for the same reason that I might have should have troll chanted before. I think I should do the same thing and just like take the troll chant here. The thing about troll chant though is its ability to actually stop an entire blocker. I mean, he's not gonna have a lot of 1 health units. I'm burning mana this turn if I'm playing Assessor after. Yeah, I'll troll chant now. That's fine. It just means he can't damage Ash this turn. And in this hand state, there's kind of just like... There's not really a way I was going to need that there. So he's in an interesting board state. So he commits the Eye of the Dragon, which is very interesting. I mean, that could make his ruination a little bit worse. The greedy player wants to play Hearthguard before Assessor, and I think that's like the trolliest move ever. I think you just need your Assessor to draw the 2 that Assessor is going to draw, and not play too deep into ruination like a normal human being.
Only the finest serve.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
Okay, so probably going to play a second spell here, get some Dragonlings. Ooh, no Dragonlings yet. This feels alright. The second Eye of the Dragon makes ruination kind of bad. If I do want to go aggressive, I do have a pretty good aggressive attack with Ash that will really, really mess up this board. Hapless here. This could be a pre-ruination Hapless. It's pretty possible. I do have just like a really good long-term resource game though. If this is a ruination, it's gonna feel really bad. Like I play a Hearthguard and then I'll just play like another Hearthguard and a Glory Seeker, and they're on a 4-card hand, and I can kill Karma with like freeze double culling. Wow, weird, very strange. The thing is, these blockers aren't really doing anything, especially without Eye of the Dragon. A double flash freeze threatens an Ash level up in a pretty unanswerable way. I think I'll just pass. If he wants to get under, if he wants to play anything else, like for Dragonlings or anything, he would have to get under Ruination mana. So I'm pretty happy taking that pass. I think at this point I kind of have to level up the Ash, so I should probably literally just attack with double flash freeze here, I think. I think so. I mean, flash freezes aren't going to do that much else. Like, this is a pretty big threat that will have to be answered.
I'll lead us to victory.
And we're getting our arrow here, of course. Deny is a card. So the hand range here, I'm actually not sure what to make of this hand, honestly. It's like Deep Meditation. Oh, really? Oh. Oh! Neat!
The war is over. Now we rebuild.
Cool. That was adorable. So I think overall, I'm very happy with how he played that. I think that was a very clean game. I think keeping Trifarian Assessor in the opening hand might have been questionable. It's hard to say. I think I like it, but obviously, I mean, if we're imagining a situation where I didn't draw the Trapper on 4, then it would have fucked me. But Assessor is very, very important in that matchup. So the fact that I'm running 3 denies here makes me feel really good into Spooky Karma. Wow, we got a Pursuit hand too. We got an early curve with a Pursuit hand. That is scary. Do I just keep Pursuit here? Man, Tracker kind of feels bad all of a sudden now that Go Hard is a thing. Wow. How did that happen? How did we get here? I mean, I think I have to keep Pursuit in his hands. It's a little vulnerable to drawing something awkward. So, that's a good turn 1 for me. There's no Go Hard in the hands. We hit that check. Screeching Dragons is a great draw here. This will force out a Vengeance, which is pretty amazing. This is usually a Vile Feast here. Like, if I play War Chefs, I should just get feasted.
Flavor and spice.
Which is kind of sad, but it's not like the saddest thing ever. Whoa! Wow, we dodged Feast too? I think you'd pretty much have to take Feast there while I'm tapped under. It's so hard to not take Feast there while I'm tapped under, man. You know, I love River Shaper here. What can he really do about River Shaper? If he plays his own, he's screwed. He can't really do a lot about River Shaper here. He really cannot. Tapping under Resolve is a little scary, but unfortunately there's just no way for me to play my curve otherwise. I guess I'm just killing his River Shaper then. Pretty bizarre. I mean, he basically can't have Vile Feast. Maybe I should buff my Fleet Feather just in case he does. But if he's got Vile Feast, then my River Shaper's dead anyway. I think I should buff my River Shaper here, actually. That makes a little bit more sense. There's a decent chance it's just going to get Steel Tempested, but it would end up the same either way. At 2 mana, he's got pretty little. So the trick about this situation is, like, the only reason to buff the Tracker is Vile Feast. He's representing that he doesn't have Vile Feast, which is an important hand read, but also if he does, and I buff the Tracker, then the River Shaper would just get blocked by the Hapless and die anyway, which is kind of not really great for me either. Like, there's not a big benefit to that. So Steel Tempest is really not bad there. And these are the plays that are very awkward for his deck. He really needs like an Eye of the Dragon maybe in these kinds of spots. Yeah, I mean, that's not even getting an attack here.
Break their spirits and their souls.
Laurent will clean that up very nicely. And we've got the Go Hard, we've got the mana for Resolve at this point. So we are going to want River Shaper to draw like 1 or 2 cards. I mean, that is going to be really, really nice here. Dude, I could do a second River Shaper on this board, actually. He can't really stop me. I could just start drawing. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm always developing in here. I'm always developing in. If he does something like... He could palm my Protege, which is like slightly sad, but not really sad. That's pretty likely. Or I guess... Yeah, you'd palm Protege over a River Shaper here. You'd have to. I don't know. Maybe that was an open attack. This palm is at least a little bit awkward. I do have a decent attack here. And I mean, he can't greet it. He has to play around a Ranger's Resolve. I mean, my attack here is always what it is. So he basically has to leave one of mine alive. Because if he tries to kill both, and if I have Resolve, then he basically loses the game. Yeah, we'll resolve this. I think I have to resolve this. I wonder if I misplayed that. Maybe I just skipped the War Chef's attack entirely. I mean, letting him draw a spell isn't great. Although, funnily enough, my spell draws are worth more.
A gift from the river folk.
And yeah, we've got a really scary Pursuit cooking here. Like, this hand just got really scary. We even drew the second Resolve. Wow! Wow, that's scary. Holy shit. I've got Deny. I've got kind of everything. And this kind of always has to be worth using my second Resolve, I think. I mean, this looks like the Pursuit turn, really. If I Pursuit, then I can deny his Deny. If he doesn't tap under deny, I kind of can't pursuit, which is pretty sad. Does he have to tap under deny here? If I deny his deny... Man, we're actually kind of chilling if I do that. I'll draw another deny. These River Shapers will mess that up. He'll have 3 mana. I think I pursuit now. I deny his deny on my pursuit. And then I'm just going to draw more denies off these River Shapers anyway. I can't pass here. He would pass back, I think. He would have to. But he's got 7 mana. I've got 7 mana. Which means I win the deny exchange. And we've got the pursuit turn. Our War Chefs is making our River Shapers a disgusting engine here. And we've got an open attack. Like a really scary open attack that he can't really do anything about. I'm drawing 2 more cards, and then my open attack will draw me 2 more. The odds of hitting deny here are basically, put it this way, really high. Because we've got another 2 draws here. Looking good. So obviously, this is the Ruination turn. I kind of have to open attack, which is like a little sad. I mean, he should put me on deny, but there's some hands of his that are actually so bad that they have to try to ruinate. And if he tries to ruinate and succeeds, then I do kind of lose. My open attack here is good. Like, I can't be sad about this open attack. We will just outvalue him with these River Shapers. That will always happen. I could have maybe buffed a River Shaper to push 1 more damage. I mean, there's a chance that 1 damage ends up mattering. It could happen.
We'll bring peace to Ionia.
So he goes for the Karma here, which taps him under, you know, Ruination. He can't do Ruination plus deny. He won't have enough mana. We are killing him on our next attack. So the question here is, do I Dragon or Cythria? Dragon, bait Vengeance, and then Cythria afterwards. I mean, he can't really Vengeance me, can he?
Soldiers to me.
And at 4 mana, he really has very little to do here. But yeah, this is how this Fjordshen build works. I know it looks really weird. I'm not saying that... first of all, we haven't even won this game yet. But I'm not even saying that, like, the way it's going is really great for us. Yeah, that's the benefit of Dragon here. He could have had a hand that, like, punishes us for tapping at a Sharp Sight. It wasn't hard for him to have Go Hard plus Feast there. It was hard. He didn't have either. He would have had to draw them both. It's a toss-up.
I fight with my spirit, not my fists.
So, I mean, he's on Ruination mana here, but I can just play my Dragon and then open attack and just kind of fuck him, right? Looks like it's kind of the easiest Dragon ever here. Ooh, Crumble. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm denying that. So the cool thing about Crumble is it does kill the Cythria, because it exchanges deny for deny here. Wow. I guess I might not have the ability to save this Cythria, because if he denies... Well, I guess he doesn't get the Eye of the Dragon, Dragonling. So let's say I deny this. Then he uses deny on my deny. He gets 1 spell for Dragonling. Karma doesn't level up. He's got 2 units against my 5. I open swing with a bunch of tricks. I think these tricks should be good enough. If he has like Palm or something, that could be nasty. I've got an open attack. I've only got +4. If he has like, there's some Tempest Palm hands that actually are kind of scary here. Whereas if I just develop into him, I can actually kind of play slow. I think my Cythria, I think we don't try to kill him next turn. I think trying to kill him next turn is actually a misplay. I think deny, so the reason I have to save deny here is because if I use it now, then I lose the ability to use deny under his deny. If I deny right now, all I'm doing is forcing out his deny, which I actually put in his range. I think it's very possible he has second deny here. If I use deny later for something like Ruination, it's not just that Ruination is more important, it's that he can't deny my deny against his Ruination. He wouldn't have enough mana, right? That's the important difference. So at 4 mana, he can't really punish our further development here. I do think I just play the Protege.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
He could have drawn a Go Hard and killed my River Shaper. That's one thing.
to care for others.
So I guess he got a pretty useless card off of Karma there. It wasn't the most useless, honestly.
Breathe out.
And we're open attacking with 10 mana, which gives us double repost sharp sight, plus the potential deny. And like the deny here could extend our lethal range.
Into the face.
The deny here could extend our lethal range.
Run them through.
Do I kill the eye or go for +1 damage? Nah, +1 damage is worth more, actually.
Hardly fair. Aha.
I go like this. The only problem is, like, he could actually submit this. If he submit this, he loses his karma. If he has a second karma and he plays it and then ruinates, then that's actually a problem. Wow. I almost kind of have to try to threaten lethal here. Little scary, little scary. I think I need to kill the eye. I need to kill the eye. If I'm doing it like this, I have to kill the eye.
Hardly fair. I demand satisfaction. Aha.
It's worth more than the 1 face damage here, I think, actually.
Eat up, friend.
Because the scariest... that might have been wrong. That might have been wrong. But the scariest hands are the ones that actually submit this and then play karma into like a double ruination. And it could be double ruination deny too. If we put them on the deny hands, that could be kind of scary. I could definitely see that. But we've got... I mean, the River Shapers have drawn us our entire deck. We've got deny 2 and deny 3 in our hands. And yeah, go hard really doesn't do anything here. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I even stop that. Do I? I could keep my River Shaper alive. River Shaper's drawn all of his cards at this point, right? I don't even think keeping River Shaper alive does anything. That's kind of funny. I mean, it can't ruinate my board. Screeching Dragon does actually improve my damage. Yeah. Happily let that die. If he plays a leveled karma now into double go hard, I might have to deny one of them. That would be an issue. So because we've got 2 denies, and because he's at 5 mana here, I don't think there's any downside in using 1 deny here. We should have guaranteed lethal there. I don't know, is there an upside to that? I guess I could have just played a Fiora afterwards too. Whatever. I don't know, does it matter? Does anything matter? Feels like nothing matters. I did let him use the deny for value. I don't know if I could have gotten both of these denies through his though. I don't know.
Always 2 steps ahead.
Whatever. Whatever. So, the funny thing is, like, I almost don't even need to open attack here, because I have deny for ruination anyway, but mathematically, I mean, it's a 1 game. Very clean set. So we're 4-0 in this tournament.